Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Saalman. Thank you. Really one more? Yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead. All right. Anyway, I do things for other people. I don't like to brag about it. I don't tell people about it. And a lot of little acts of kindness I don't talk about. And, well, let me tell you about this one. I had just paid for my daughter's 6-inch sub when 2 military men in fatigues joined the sandwich line. It was Saturday afternoon, and they were on break from a training exercise. I decided to buy their lunch, a patriotic impromptu act of kindness performed by a lifelong pampered, take-freedom-for-granted American citizen. Always the civilian, I never joined the military. I entered college to avoid the war. Well, technically, the push-ups of war. There was no war in 1983, actually, but I covered my butt. A cowardly kid, I had the only talking G.I. Joe in Tell City with a Canadian road map. Buying a sandwich for 2 soldiers wasn't going to bankrupt me. However, there was cause for pause, for they were big, fit, hungry-looking gents, causing me to ponder postponing my plans until one day sharing Subway with a punier patriot. You know, save a little dough at the sub shop. It's not that I'm tight with money, for that would insinuate I have money to be tight with, which I don't. Note how I went to Subway to buy my daughter a sandwich. -1 for me. I plan to await her wrapper crumbs. After a great internal debate, I decided to deploy my inner random act of kindness anyway. I told the cashier my intent. She seemed relieved, for I'd been standing there in silent private debate for a rather lengthy time, likely looking like a hold-up man trying to conjure enough courage to whip out my pistol and demand, I want a 6-inch sub with turkey and American cheese and extra mayo, and I want it now. I had hoped to remain anonymous, but I couldn't pay for the soldiers' meals ahead of time since I didn't know what they were ordering. The cashier was impressed by my kindness, though not enough to add a free cookie to my daughter's takeout. Not that I asked. Apparently it wasn't National Pay It Forward Day. Before the soldiers made their meat selections, a 3rd soldier arrived, soon followed by a 4th. Now there were 4 hungry soldiers standing in line. Great, a whole damn platoon was obviously on its way. This wasn't a lunch break, this was an invasion. Operation Overdraft. Thank you very much. To tell the cashier that I would pay for only the first 2 soldiers seemed slimy. The foursome went for the 12-inch subs. I hadn't even thought about that possibility. I was thinking 6-inch subs like my daughter's, you know, the $5 range. 4 soldiers, 48 inches of cost. To stipulate only 6-inch subs to deprive the soldiers of half a sandwich also seemed slimy. After all, it's doubtful these men would be deployed halfway to Afghanistan. Sweat formed at my brow. Springsteen was right. It's hard to be a saint in the city. I put my ATM debit card away, replacing it with my Discover credit card. It was, after all, the 2nd Saturday of my bi-weekly paycheck. I considered applying on the spot for a part-time sandwich artist job, you know, just till next paycheck. As the sandwich artist worked on the 4 12-inch masterpieces I commissioned for the military, my mental cash register went a cha-ching binge. I prayed cookies and chips wouldn't be added, not to mention fountain drinks, whose prices, in case you don't know, are controlled by OPEC. Did I mention the sweat at my brow? When the soldiers learned that I was buying their meals, they were sincerely appreciative. They even tried to talk me out of it. My God, did the military teach them to read minds? There was an elongated pause as I seriously considered taking them up on the reverse random act of kindness. Finally, I said, nonsense. What, do you take me for a tightwad? I really appreciate what you are doing for our country, I said. As each man passed by with his 12-inch sub, chips, cookie, and giant cup, he said, thank you, sir. I was sincerely touched by the politeness, and I started to feel all warm inside for such a simple act of kindness. It was a small cost for freedom, One well worth the bullets I sweated for in Subway. Thank you. Try it sometime.